Hi there guys! Oh my gosh, it's so bright today, so if I'm squinting I'm really sorry, but it's like boiling and sticky and ooh. So today I'm going to do a video about my favourite places to cool off in Walt Disney World, and where I wish I could be now in some air conditioning because I am absolutely boiling and I'm just in England. So yeah, let's start with the Magic Kingdom. My favourite place to cool off in the Magic Kingdom is going to be Tomorrowland because there's so many attractions there where there's not really much of a queue and it's air conditioned and it lasts a while. So my favourite places in Tomorrowland to cool off would be Monsters Inc. Laugh Floor. There is sometimes like a 20-minute queue for this, but more often than not that queue is going to be inside, and the 20-minute queue generally includes like a 10-minute pre-show which is inside anyway, so I like going in there to cool down. All in all it's probably about half an hour, so you're half an hour out of the heat in the aircon, which is dead nice. Another great place in Tomorrowland is the People Mover. There's hardly ever a queue for the People Mover, and again it's not air conditioned, but because you're moving there's like a breeze and it's nice, it's like refreshing, and you can kind of see all of Tomorrowland and you kind of go around and you can kind of see Main Street and the castle, and it's really nice. Another good place in Tomorrowland is the Carousel of Progress. This is a 20-minute like show in air conditioning, so it's great, and there's like never ever a queue for it. You have to wait like 4 minutes for the rotation to finish, but other than that it's fine. It's kind of similar like in comparison to if you wanted to cool down anywhere else, you could go to like Enchanted Tiki Room, although sometimes there's a bit of a queue for that, so that's not necessarily 100% going to be able to walk straight in, it's going to be air conditioned. Hall of Presidents, because that's nearly always empty, and the bit where you queue as well is like air conditioned. And Crunchy Bear Jamboree would be another one that's kind of similar. I mean, out of all of them I think Carousel of Progress is the least offensive, so that's the one that I always choose, and I really like watching that, and I think it's a bit cute anyway. If we move out of Tomorrowland, then another great place to cool down is Mickey's PhilharMagic in Fantasyland. Again, there's rarely a queue. If there is, it's mainly indoors, so it's fine. And again, it's a show, so you're sat in there in the air conditioning for about 10-15 minutes, which is great. In terms of anywhere else in Magic Kingdom to cool down, there's obviously like some rides which have got all of their queue inside, like Space Mountain. It's very rare for that queue to actually like leave the building, so that's all air conditioned. So if you just wanted to kind of kill time while getting to a good ride and cooling down, then you could go and queue for space. Other than that, a lot of the queues are outside or not really in air conditioning, so you are struggling a bit. Another good place to kind of kill time and cool down is the Emporium on Main Street, because it's just such a big shop. Like, I can stay in there for like half an hour just browsing, and if I'm going to buy stuff then I could be in there for like an hour, so it's good times. If we move out of Magic Kingdom and go over to Epcot, a lot of the good places to cool down in Epcot are in Future World. So you've got Ellen's Energy Adventure. This is like a 40-minute show, so if you're a bit tired or you just want to cool down or it's just started raining, this is a really good place to go and like just kill 40 minutes. It's an alright show, like it's not great, but it's entertaining enough, and yeah, it's alright. I would happily go there and kill 40 minutes and cool down. Another good one is Spaceship Earth. Again, there's hardly ever a queue for that, and it's just like, I can't even describe what it is. It's like it's just a slow moving omni-mover kind of ride, and you just kind of go round inside Spaceship Earth. Another place to cool down in Epcot would be Interventions. I can't remember, we didn't go there last time, and I have a feeling like one of them's closed, and I can't remember which one it is. I think the one with Thrill of All Suns is still open. So you can go in there, there's lots of like little different activities you can do, and it's all air conditioned and cool, which is great. Also in Epcot is Club Cool, which is a shop where you can go in and try different flavours of like soda from around the world. So it's a good place to cool down in terms of air conditioning, and it's also a good place to cool down in terms of soda. The last place that I would always head to if I was feeling a bit hot in Epcot would be the Seas with your mum and friends. You can queue and go on the ride first. Again, rarely there's a queue for that. I've never had to queue for it. But if there is a queue, there's also like a side entrance where you don't have to go through the ride to get in. There's fish tanks in there, there's the big tank with the dolphins. You can watch the dolphins doing like tricks and hear talks about how they're looking after the dolphins. There's also like manatees in there, you can go and watch them feed the manatees. And there's like a little play area in there and everything, and there's also Turtle Talk with Crush. There's like a big activity centre inside in the aircon, which is great. Moving on to Hollywood Studios. Being such a small, well not a small park, well it is quite a small park, but being a park with such few attractions, a lot of them will always have queues. So there's not that many places you can go to kind of cool down. Toy Story Mania always has a queue, but it's mainly indoors, so you could go for that. Again, Star Tours, that does get outside quite a bit, but if it's not outside then that's obviously a good place to go. A couple of places that I always go without a queue would be One Man's Dream, which is like just near Toy Story Mania, and it's just like this walk through, like almost like a museum with stuff about Walt Disney World and Disneyland and Walt's life, and then you go and watch like a film, and it's like really nice. And the first time I watched it I was like crying because it's really emotional. But again, it's like aircon, and there's never a queue outside, and there's never really a queue inside either. The only wait would be waiting for the next show to start. So another place that I like to go is the animation studios and do like an animation class. Obviously for that there is a queue, but the queue would be inside, and it's not really a queue, it's more you have to go into like a little holding area to go into the next animation class, which I think are every 15 minutes, so the longest you're going to be waiting is 15 minutes, unless you get there and the holding pen is full, but you know. There's also characters in there that you can meet, other little bits and bobs that you can go and see and look at and interact with. So again, it's a nice place just to kind of go and cool down. And then moving on to Animal Kingdom, I think this is probably the worst park for trying to cool down because there just aren't many rides that are indoors. Obviously it's all about the animals, and all the queues are outside as well for most things, so it's quite bad for cooling down, and it's very hot as well. I think it's like the stickiest, hottest part there is. Yeah, but places to go and cool down there that I would suggest would be Finding Nemo the musical. Of course this is only on at certain times, so you can't kind of rely on that to go there. Again, the same thing with Festival of the Lion King. And then last but not least, my other kind of only other place I can think of at the moment that's got like an indoor queue is Dinosaur. So the majority of that queue is indoors. I've never seen it outside, and sometimes I've never actually had to queue for it. I've always kind of gone, I think the longest I've ever queued for it's like 10 minutes. So that's quite good for cooling down. Another one that is inside is It's Tough to Be a Bug, but the queue for that is outside, but it's rare that it has a queue. So yeah, they are my favourite places to cool down in Walt Disney World. Where do you like to kind of go and escape from the heat and the humidity of Florida? Let me know in the comments. If you like the video then please subscribe, and if you have any questions then let me know. Thank you for watching, bye!